Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast, powered by DealsAtTheD.com with Mike and Jay. Shalom, Piggy. Hi, Jay.
Hi, Mike.
How are you?
I'm well. It's quite well, Mike. Thank you for having me back.
You have such disdain for the air guitar.
I do.
It's just not your thing. Is it that
God,
you're
man.
bad at it? Is that the problem? Do you suck at air guitar? Is
Oh,
that why
man,
you...
if anybody ever watches on YouTube, you'll see Mike give a roaring rendition of air guitaristry, which is just... it takes me
you know what it is?
It takes me about a minute to recover from it.
It's when Bruce, who's playing lead guitar on that song, when Bruce hits that... And I'm just like, oh, I could hold that chord and just like...
The problem is, I think you're serious about it. I really do think you're like air guitaring this. Like, yeah, man.
There's something so badass about it.
It's hard to recover from.
You know what it
bottom
is?
line.
I don't even do it like consciously. It's totally subconscious. But I can find myself like twirling drumsticks from time to time. When I air drum, I will hold invisible microphones.
Yeah.
I've flouted before. I'll be honest with you. You know, if I get into a deep... I'm trying to think.
You don't even know how to flout. Dude, you do it wrong. You hold your two hands the wrong way, man.
Who was the guy when we were younger?
Kenny G or something?
No, that's horns, dude.
I don't know.
There was that, the rock guy. No, not Yanni. He was the guy that won like best metal record over Metallica, and people were like, "What? He's a flautist."
No idea.
Anyway,
How much money will you need in retirement?
lots.
Are you sure you won't outlive your money?
No.
Having a plan today means that you can adjust as your life changes. Retirement doesn't have to be a mystery. Contact our buddy Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial today to learn the answer to one of the most important questions for your retirement. Call Mark today, 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Jethro Tull. That's what it was.
Oh,
That
okay.
people were all pissed off. Like, how do you
realize that.
fucking beat Metallica? Stop it. Jay, all day yesterday, walked around the house after you guys left. Well, maybe I started something that day.
Maybe. I've said maybe way too many times in the last 24 hours as well.
I don't know what it is, but I just, every time I thought of something, it was like, well, yeah, maybe I started something that day. And I can't do a Morgan Freeman impression, but it was so fun to just walk around doing that. I don't know why.
Yeah, he's annoying me more and more. The more I think about this guy, you know.
Yeah.
Fine actor, obviously has been in some great
brilliant.
roles, but you know,
He? Let's think about that for a second. Has he? I mean, because that's the thing you're supposed to say, right? He's 84. He's African American. He's been a
right.
thespian
let's
forever.
rewind that for a moment.
But do we
Got
just?
Shawshank.
You
Andy?
don't like
Andy?
I never did see Andy again. The warden was true to his word, and the boys had some beers on the rooftop. I don't know why I remember that scene of them drinking beers
he
on the
narrated March of the Penguins, you know?
He's famous for his narration. That's like the other joke about him. But
Yeah, he's almost like become like the
Pull up his
narrator
IMDb
of America's Conscience or something.
yeah. I mean, he's regarded
Dude,
as just
Seven. Boom. Bam.
Seven.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Great movie.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
You don't want to look, Brad. Brad, just turn. What's in the box?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Dude, that's the 7 deadly sins. Is that like gluttony and
So forth.
Yeah, exactly. All right, 7. Yeah, he's the shit. There's probably gonna embarrass us where it's like, oh damn, this guy's a genius.
Or not. I don't know.
He was in Ted 2,
Oblivion.
Dolphin Tale 2. That was a lot of fun working on.
Conan the Barbarian. Dude, I remember that.
He was the narrator.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hayden Heist Wanted. I was in A Raisin in the Sun.
Batman Begins.
Oh yeah. He's in the other Batmans
He's
too.
Alfred.
He's Alfred. Yeah.
Bruce Almighty. He's God. Yeah.
Yeah. He's done a lot of God work.
He's got quite a list here.
The
Robin
Shawshank-
Hood, Prince of
Shawshank
Thieves.
Redemption. It truly was a Shawshank Redemption.
Maybe.
Maybe I started something. You know, this trophy, when I look from behind, it seems right. It's got a butthole. When you turn it around, all I see is dicks and balls. And it's very gender specific.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of shit, dude.
Yeah. All right. Well, you've done that before to me. And
Yeah,
I
where you're
hate
like,
when
hold
you do
on,
that.
put on the brakes, right,
Yeah.
before you declare someone great.
Yeah.
Your point's a good one. Maybe he's not that great. He's been in a lot of shit.
No,
He's well known for the voice. If he didn't have that iconic voice,
Yeah. Well, it would have been so. It would have just been my Grand Slam moment if it was like, motherfucker, you ain't
been in
shit.
Shawshank. That's it.
Yeah, you did Penguins and Shawshank, and you've been living off that forever. But no, I thought I had fingers crossed, maybe a Ray Caruth moment.
Maybe.
But I didn't. It turns out that I did see Andy again, and he was a good boy, and I'm a great actor. Yeah. So anyway, it's one of those, like, I don't even want to work on that impression because it's like everybody that does impressions has a Morgan Freeman. It's almost as cliche as doing what's his name, Christopher Walken.
Right.
You know, the more cowbell thing. Like everybody has a Christopher Walken moment.
Too much time in the math room and not enough time learning the English language.
Hey, we mentioned yesterday that we were a little disappointed because we weren't going to be able to talk to Jimmy Norton.
But we're doing the next best thing, Mike.
Yeah, we've got a pair of tickets to give away. He's going to be at the Andiamo showroom in Warren on Friday. So it's just a couple days away, a few days away. And so we don't want to do some elaborate thing to try to give tickets away because it's kind of a rush job. But we've been talking about the fact that our 1,000th show is coming up sooner than later.
It really is, Mike. I think
Yeah.
it's slated to be recorded on Valentine's Day.
Really?
Yeah, of all
Is that
days.
the 14th?
It
I
is the
believe?
14th.
Yeah. So one of my favorite holidays with the hearts and stuff.
The
Big
Cupids.
fan of red arrows, you know. So yeah, we've got a hashtag that we wanted to start, and it was just simple hashtag TDC 1000, and basically we're just looking for people to throw out, you know, a moment from the show that you remember we might not remember, and just like, oh yeah, I loved this, or I liked that, or I hated this.
Share your memories.
Yeah, it's kind of a memories thing. Where, you know, throw it under hashtag TDC 1000.
Yeah.
And so anybody in the next what do we say 24 hours? Because we're only here. We got to.
Whatever you want, Mike.
Because we don't really have a lot of time is the problem. So anybody that uses that hashtag TDC 1000 over the next 24 hours, and we can include the couple people that already did it yesterday, we'll throw your name in a hat and we'll draw a winner. And if that person can't go to the show, we'll draw another one until we find someone who wants to go.
After a couple practice draws.
Well, obviously, yeah. We don't want to fuck up the real draw. So, yeah, we'll probably do a couple practice runs. But if you want to go see him, I guarantee you it's a good night out. I guarantee it. Jimmy Norton is a brilliant comic, very, very funny, very smart. And so it's worth it to go out there. So, again, it's going to be in Warren at the Andiamo showroom. So, TDC 1000, that's the job.
Speaking of Jim Norton, you brought up Bree Olson
Yeah.
yesterday and his connection with Bree and the fact that he banged her and you were jealous.
I was.
Steve writes in, he says, Mike was wondering how Norton managed to bang Bree Olson. He even said that on the Opie and Anthony show. He paid her.
No.
He paid her.
No. I don't believe that. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true because
You should hope it is, because then you have a chance. A chance to bag that.
I'm not paying Bree Olson, especially after the whole, you know,
Chuck Sheen.
Chuck Sheen, winning, duh.
I am on a drug. It's called Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen. No, because I remember listening to those episodes too of Opie and Anthony, and I thought Norton said that she came in studio and did an interview, and there was just kind of she was like hinting like, oh man, I find Jimmy cute, and so there was kind of this thing, and then it was like, oh, wow, this keeps going, and then it was like,
Well, according to
so
Steve,
you want to go out to dinner tonight then? And I think it was like, yeah, I would. I'd go out to dinner with you. And then he did, whether he supposedly paid her then. But I think he tried to hook something up again, and she's just never called him back or anything. It was just like
man.
purely like one night, went out, hung out, it happened, and he banged her. But I heard him say after that, long time after that, she wouldn't even, I was
Return
never
my
able
calls.
to talk to her again, basically. But that's maybe that's true. I've never heard that he paid her. Never heard that. So anyway, either way, I think it's money well spent. He's got Bree Olson on the list.
Gross.
Well, see, we got Novi in the news today.
Saw it, man. Number 6.
Fake news.
Dude, everybody's got to chill the fuck out, right?
Yeah, isn't this it's just ridiculous. I
Turn,
can't
turn off the news and go for a walk, man. Turn it
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Don't get obsessed with it. All of these channels love what's happening to people like this.
Isn't that
They're
crazy?
getting obsessed.
Yeah.
They're in their echo chamber and they're hearing how bad the other side is and how
Yeah.
evil, and how it's going to destroy America.
Well, that's the thing. We've made that point for a couple years
Taking
now.
them to the brink. You've gone to the brink. You've peered over the brink.
I have.
You've peered over.
If not for the fact that I'm too lazy to leave the house, I probably would have killed someone
I
by
think
now.
at one point, Mike, off air, you declared that there was going to be a civil war. And
Yeah.
that you were very, very concerned that there absolutely was going to be a civil war.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I suggested at that point, Mike, please turn off the TV and take a walk.
Well, I wasn't worried about me. I'm not going to join the Civil War. Okay, you don't have to worry about me like grabbing a musket and running outside and like shooting the neighbor. That's not going to happen. But I'm seeing too many people get so over the top.
What you don't realize though is that's fucking fringe, man. You
Yeah,
don't realize
maybe.
people are going about their days just as they did 8 years ago, just as they did
Yeah.
20 years ago.
I like to believe that, but
They are.
but here's the difference. Here's the subtleties in it, Jay, that I see that bother me. When I see that the Nazis, who have held their stupid fucking parades through neighborhoods and have offended people for 100 years, they announce they're going to get their permits and they're going to walk through the streets and people are going to sit on their porches and go, boo, like they have forever. When they announce that's going on, when I see 150,000 people show up to protest, it's like these people do not deserve that attention of cameras and this many people leaving work to go what? Fight them?
No, I know.
Kill
The
them?
media has done a good job of brainwashing people.
Yes, yeah.
But
and that's
dude,
what
we're
scares
not
me.
going to have a civil war. Don't worry. You'll be all right.
I hope.
be all right.
I hope. Well, poor Suzanne Summers. I saw her trending this morning. That she simply was asked something outside of a restaurant or something about, what do you think of the president? Which is a loaded question. And she was just like, look, I got to be honest with you. I really like the guy. I mean, what's going on with the economy is amazing. This and that. I think he's doing a really good job. I know I probably just ended my career, but that's how I feel. And it is just, she's being murdered online. Like, if you could, as far as like social media murder goes, she's dead. And I love people that do this. You haven't been relevant in 30 years.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't diss the Thigh Master, man.
I know, but when was the Thigh Master? 80s, dude. She hasn't done this.
What was she, Three's Company? Was
Yeah.
she anything after Three's Company? She's in Playboy a couple times,
You know,
Thigh Master. She's
she-
probably on a couple shows, but not anything of real
Probably
note.
playing Suzanne Summers in a
Yeah, or
reprise
some
role.
mom or something that
Yes.
wasn't a real big hit.
She's probably done more than you realize, but what she really did, she's probably worth $100 million. She put out countless books. She became like an author and was, I think, doing author. I use that term loosely. I think a lot of it was health stuff.
Yeah.
And she's got her own, last I knew, she had her own product line of things to like, because she looks great. She's, an old woman, one of those that was just blessed with great genes and
Yeah.
looks good as an old lady. And so she's done a lot of shit like that, infomercial stuff. I would be shocked if she was worth less than $100 million. So I love seeing these, some piece of shit who's never done anything, no one will ever know your name, and is going, you haven't been relevant in 30. It's like, yeah, well, at least she was relevant.
Dude, you so looked that up.
I did not look
Mike,
that up. I swear to God.
It's $100 million on the nose.
You've guessed that before. I would, dude. Honestly, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I would honestly, I would have
Yeah,
thought
so
it was
the
higher
fact
than
that somebody with 100 mil sitting there is happy about the Trump economy, that should surprise anybody.
Yeah, right. 80-year-old white woman.
Yeah.
I did not look that up, by the way.
Good for you. That was a great guess.
Honest. So yeah, but it's just like immediately, you fucking piece of shit, racist, like, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
this is unbelievable. Here's a woman that just half-assed and knew it as it was coming out of her mouth. Like, I understand, everybody's gonna hate me now, but God forbid she just goes, I kind of like what's going on with the economy. It's the Dow. It's undeniable. The Dow is over 26,000, dude. It's breaking new records every day. Look at your 401ks. It's amazing.
Trump should tweet about nothing else.
Yes. And so for people that I'm not
The
shocked
economy's stupid.
that people would come out and go, gotta be honest, kind of dig that. Monster.
Of course they do. Behind closed doors, they all dig it.
I know. Yeah, you're right.
Just doesn't fit their progressive agenda, so they can't say it in public. She did.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of 80s workout stars, I'm kind of taking a hit on
Fonda?
admitting in the members area that I did a Jane Fonda workout video.
You did a Hanoi Jane Fonda workout video, Jay.
Well, it's not the Hanoi aspect of it. It's the fact that I did a Jane Fonda workout video.
Yeah.
Kind of the douchey aspect of it. I'm proud of it. I'm not gonna backpedal from
I'd
that.
like to know which one you watched, and I'd like to cut you some slack if it was like, Dude, the chicks were really hot in
No,
the
they
video.
weren't. Isis, just pull up a general Jane Fonda workout video. You'll see what I was looking at. It wasn't because of that.
But it was probably considered hot at the time.
Here's what I want to challenge those going to see Merc. Ask Merc, because I think me and Merc might have done it together.
Dude, you're hold on.
I don't want to indict.
The hole is getting dug further down. You're not helping you or Merc right now.
As briefly explained in member area yesterday, my mom was doing a video, and I sauntered in, and she was like, you haven't exercised in a while. You should do this. And I then did the video. Dude, I remember it just her being singularly her, but whatever, that you get the idea. Yeah, that's the sort of shit I was doing. And
That's not bad, though. Dude, I could sit and watch that. I just watch it as a show, though. I wouldn't do the workout.
You know what kind of hip mobility you need to do that, Mike? That's not easy, okay?
Yeah.
We're working on the buns at this point, Mike.
Yeah.
Okay?
Hell yeah.
And on those hip flexors. But, dude, that's exactly what I was looking at, the warmers and everything. But I think if anybody goes to see Merc, ask Merc if he and I did a Jane Fonda workout video together
Really?
with my mom.
Wow. See, I was gonna give you credit or cut you slack if you were like, the chicks were hot. Because remember, I bought that album, Olivia Newton-John. Olivia Newton-John, was she? Let's Get Physical.
Yeah, absolutely.
I bought that album because of the cover of the cassette. I thought, I think
not because of Xanadu.
No.
Xanadu.
Pull up Olivia Newton-John. Let's Get Physical. I think the CD and this is not physical. I wanna get physical. Let's get physical.
Let me hear
your body talk. Your body talk,
dude.
I'm gonna
takes
pull
me
up
right
this
back
cover.
to Bonaventure.
I know, doesn't it?
I want to hold hands and skate right now.
And they bring that disco ball down, dim the lights a little bit.
They didn't bring a ball down. The ball was always there. They dimmed the lights.
They turned it though, and then they hit it with the lights, and you got the sparkly room.
This one or
maybe. I don't remember. I just remember looking at it in the store when it was like, oh man.
You're like, yeah,
what's
I could
the
whack
next
off
one?
to that. Did you whack off to the album cover, Mike?
No,
I don't know if that's
maybe
that might be the single.
right.
Yeah, I don't think
But that's
that was
definitely
it, but
what she was wearing in the video.
in the video, it was something like that. I want to say it was a blue cover though. I could be wrong, but it was something along these lines. It was like, yeah,
It might be Xanadu.
Xanadu.
Xanadu might be the title of the. That's with an X-E, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, we're dating ourselves terribly right now. But as a little kid, I remember thinking like, yeah, that's hot. I'm gonna buy that record.
Hell yeah.
You know, so that's all it took.
Buns of Steel mean anything to you? Tammy Lee Webb? No. Did that
No.
video too.
Did you?
How about Ty Bo? You ever do a Ty Bo
no,
video?
dude.
Billy Blanks?
Tybo, I remember
Billy
Tybo.
Blanks?
I remember Tybo. That was so big for a
P90X,
while.
Mike?
Dude, you know what?
Now we're getting more contemporary. P90?
I did do one of those once. I don't remember which one. A girlfriend of mine had those videos, like in a box. You know, just had a bunch of them.
It's probably Ty Bo.
And one day it was like, you know what? I need to whip into shape here. It was like I don't want to go anywhere, so I could draw the shades, pop in a cassette, a VHS.
So you sat there and shadow boxed in the comfort of your living room.
No, it was probably more Fonda-esque than it was P90X. You know,
it was a Tammy Lee Webb probably.
Dude, I was high
huge.
stepping. You know, I mean, I was doing this sort of shit. You know,
turning your upper body.
Yeah, bending at the waist and hold.
Haven't done it since, but
3,
you remember
2,
doing this.
And up, good. Shake it off. Give yourself a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Good job. And I was proud of myself. She kept telling me I was doing good.
Good work.
Yeah. Anyway, going back to the fake news. The kid out of Novi. We've got a what is he? 19-year-old kid on Novi. I just want to go on record right now and apologize if this is one of our listeners.
We pushed him to the edge.
Like he was already halfway on the edge, and then it was just like
Walter said there was going to be a civil war.
It's coming, folks. The Civil War is coming. Fake news. And then it tipped this guy over the edge. But yeah, he's not the brightest bulb when you're calling from your phone, and you know what I mean. Like everybody's got caller ID. Everybody, you know. Like, this isn't a new technology. It's like, I get it. The guy that chokes out a girl to death 30 years ago, and now DNA exists.
Yeah,
He's like,
oh, who could have imagined it, right? That's
You
like Star
know,
Trek shit at that point.
Some overzealous fucking detective goes and pulls an old box out and finds skin cells under a fingernail. And it's like, dude, that's not fair. You've changed the rules now. That wasn't possible 30 years ago.
Great point.
You know, and so, but we've all known about caller ID for a long, long time.
We have.
And so basically, he was calling. There's an FBI investigation into this now. He was calling CNN's headquarters multiple times with threats to gun down employees for producing fake news. And so, yeah, Brandon Griesemer allegedly called publicly listed contact for CNN, I'm assuming in Atlanta, when the operator answered. So he's like, hello, CNN. He's like,
fake news. I'm coming to gun you all down.
Oh, no.
yeah.
The President of the United States is racist.
3 minutes later, he calls back, and
I'm on my way right now to gun the fucking CNN cast down.
he hangs up on him. Calls back a third time.
Oh, yeah, is it CNN?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, coming for you, CNN. Smarter than you, more powerful than you, have more guns than you, more manpower. Your cast is about to get gunned down in a matter of hours.
What?
Can I get you guys' names?
The following day, call back a fourth time, which they say he made disparaging comments.
All right. I've got a gun. I'm on my way to Georgia. Fuck Jews.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he said something disparaging about Jews. I don't know if it was fuck Jews. I just said that because they didn't tell me what the disparaging thing was. Yeah, then let's see. It's estimated he called the station 22 times between January 9th and 10th. He's a part-time grocer.
No, this is the biggie at the end of the bagger line at Kroger, you know.
The guy that's going
to... we all go, okay, thanks, buddy. I got this. I got my bread. Got my bread and eggs. Okay, appreciate it.
So you're saying it's possible that...
Yeah, autism speaks here.
Yeah, that this gentleman is bagging groceries, loudly telling a joke to someone in line that everybody in the store can hear, and then when that person is bagged and gone and I step up next, I get met with, want to hear a joke?
Yes.
And it's the exact same one that we all just heard.
That's the guy.
Yeah. It's like, dude, have like 3 jokes. At least get a few people out of the rotation to go. You can't tell the same joke over and over, and it wasn't even a joke if you remember. I don't remember what it was, but it wasn't a joke. It was like
an observation.
Yeah, why
no
is Halloween great?
Yeah.
Because it's not Christmas or something. It's like, oh, dude, that's awesome.
So
hilarious.
You shop in Novi, Mike? Or is that my man? Everybody else is pixeled out, and there he is.
Oh, dude, does he even...
He's like Biggie's little brother.
Dude, wait.
Right?
Wait. Tell me this guy does not have a plume that he shaved when he shaved his plume. Because
he's got the E-shaved look, is what it is, yeah.
What is it with the gene that carries autism that makes you skinny, tall?
And the dumb glasses.
Glasses.
Look at his long arms.
I know.
Extra long.
Oh, man, you got the perfect white family with the beautiful tree in the background, and they're stuck going, oh, man, Anthony, can't leave you home alone with a phone for one day, really?
So he's been detained? Has he?
Yeah. He was arrested Friday, released on $10,000 unsecured bond. He's been charged with interstate communications with intent to extort, threat to injure. The network released a statement, we take any threats against CNN employees and workplaces extremely seriously. This is no exception, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, he has also admitted to Ann Arbor police back in September of 2017. Yeah, that was me that called the Islam Center and was making fun of the Rabs.
Oh, man.
So he's got a thing like most of us, when we were 8, like, hey, is your fridge running?
Yeah.
Hey, do you have 12-pound balls?
Yeah, me and Merck did the Scotty McGregor.
What's the Scotty?
Hi, this is Scotty McGregor.
Yeah.
And then, can I show you my penis was the punchline.
Yeah.
Which
really...
Can I show you my penis?
See, that's just not even good. Like, even for you guys at a young age. Like, I
Dude,
don't know... Was it just a matter of saying penis into the phone that was so
You would
tempting?
say penis, and then either you'd get a quick hang up or you'd get, give me your mother this instant. It was just
put
fun.
your mom on
it
the
was
phone.
fun to hear the reaction of the people. But can you imagine?
Would they think that you're going to put your mom on the phone? You're making a prank call, and you're going to be like, oh, shit.
No, they're
Wow.
buying into the fact that I'm like a
6-year-old.
Okay, gotcha.
Scotty, please, can I show you my penis?
Put your mother on the phone.
Yeah, right? Scott, right now.
Scotty. But, I get the, you call, hi, is your refrigerator running? And
you get the Scotty McGregor.
They're thinking,
right?
like,
it's just fun.
Is it plugged in? Is it working? Oh, no, is all my food spoiled? And then they go, oh, yeah, my fridge is running. Well, you better catch it. Like it's running on the street. Do you have...
You had to get that punchline in, didn't you?
What was the...
In case somebody hadn't heard, there is your refrigerator running joke.
But, dude, calling a bowling alley and trying to catch that one lazy guy. Yeah, thanks for calling Bolorama. And it's like, yeah, do you guys have 12-pound balls? Oh, yeah, we do, sir. How do you walk? Oh! You know, what was the soup one? Do you have Captain something in a can? Well, let him out. He's going to die.
Yeah.
But at least it's like you've walked someone somewhere. Yeah. See, this is what you and Merck didn't understand. You need to walk them to the line where they're like, what's coming next? And then, boom, they get blasted.
I blasted them with a...
I'll show you.
Show you my penis.
Dude, there was no setup like...
Fuck, it was great.
Dude.
Hi, this is Scotty McGregor.
Hi, Scotty.
You want to see my penis?
No.
Dude,
it was more than that. I didn't want to belabor the issue, but you established a relationship with the person first before you sprung the penis line on him.
But
Mike. You had a little conversation.
You did?
Yeah.
I'm at home. I'm watching TV.
But then there's some idiot giggling in the back. Merck's giggling before his McGregor turn comes around.
That might be true.
Can I show you my penis?
I'll show you my penis.
To this day, it cracks me up.
Can we call a number? Can we do a Scotty McGregor right now live on the air?
Sure.
Just call a random business I don't care what it is.
No, you want the stay-at-home mom is what you want.
Is that what you want?
Yeah.
All right. Just look up a phone number to a hotel or anything. Just let's see if you still got it. Scotty McGregor.
See if I can establish a relationship.
Hi, this is Scotty McGregor.
Do it right, Mike.
Hi, this is Scotty.
Hi, this is Scotty McGregor.
I want to see what your timing is like when you decide to go in for the kill shot.
Is that what we agreed on? A hotel? Is that what we agreed on?
I'm just trying to think of a place that will answer the phone.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
That's why donut shops were picked, by the way.
Yeah.
Someone would always answer
the
phone.
I hear you. I call restaurants a lot of times, so.
Restaurants are tough because they can be busy. You catch them at a lunch.
Well,
rush,
I'm talking about calling at 2 in the morning. So I've called 24-hour restaurants at 2 in the morning.
Just dial it up.
I am.
Oh no.
Oh, Jesus! God damn you to hell! My bones are hurting.
Oh yeah.
Well, you're technically you can do it.
Get me all ready to do my Scotty McGregor.
Here, you want to just give me the number? I'll just plug it in my phone. Fuck it.
Hey, while you
Don't
do
get
that,
me in huge trouble, Jay. This is my actual phone.
While you do that, everybody,
I
please,
can't use my phone. We got to use Ease.
Please use our affiliate links. You'll see our Amazon and Groupon links above the fold at DetroitCast.com. Click on those. Shop away. It doesn't cost more. The key is, however, is that you click through our links so that we get some credit for it. Also, make sure you shop MyPillow.com.
Yes.
For all your betting-related needs. People have been doing this. We appreciate it very much.
Damn
Keep doing it.
HR
Use
department.
TDC code for the very best discount. Isis, what do we have?
He's got to go over there and do it because our iPhone 10s don't have standard plugs in them now. So he's just going to dial it from that phone, and then I'll just pick it up over here. Okay. Let's hurry up, Isis. Do you know where you're going with Scotty?
No, that's you never know where you're going with Scotty.
So you're really counting on them to carry half the call. Gotcha.
Yeah, and if you feel like it's getting away from you, you just spring with the penis line. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I mean that you always have that to fall back on, which is the beauty of the Scotty McGregor call.
Huh?
Why don't we do this after the break? We'll have it set up.
Okay.
All right.
That's a much better idea. Unless it's going now. No. That gives you time to work it out too. I guess we're good news. We got the government running again.
I'll show you my penis.
God, it's hilarious every time.
Do you want to do it really quick with your phone? Come on, let's get Scotty McGregor out of the way. Come on.
You should be calling right now.
Oh, really?
I can't pick it up on the air, E.
Oh.
Oh, God. What is going on?
Just plug it in there. Give Jay the phone number.
Here, dude. I'll trust you to enter that.
Right.
Here, this is a one. This is what I.
Thank you for calling the Residence Inn Indianapolis Airport. At any time
Operator.
during this message, you may press 0 to reach a hotel staff member. If you know...
Please hold for assistance.
No, you hold.
Thank you for calling the Residence Inn Indianapolis Airport. This is Lindsay. How may I assist you?
Hi, this is Scotty McGregor. What are you doing?
Hello?
Hi, this is Scotty McGregor. What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
What is the purpose of that question?
I'm Scotty McGregor.
Guy McGregor?
Scotty McGregor. I'll show you my penis.
It is funny. Dude, I thought
See?
it is
right?
funny.
It's fucking hilarious, righty?
I love him, though. But I love him.
You didn't establish shit. She
I
was still
know.
trying to figure out your
Dude,
name.
that's the
I
thing.
was going to yell abort because it was like
Yeah.
she was on to you quick.
I know,
She
she
was like,
was.
who- wait,
What
Scotty
is the purpose of this
McGregor?
call? She was like not buying that I was
Abort.
a kid.
Go to the penis. Show her your penis.
We need housewives, dude.
I agree.
We need housewives. We need to just contact, like, Melinda Harrington and,
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I have numbers from people that are picked up at one point.
But you get it, right?
We don't want to do
I
this
mean,
live. We
you-
could do a whole
You
Scotty
got a
McGregor
flavor
break
of
off
it,
the
dude.
air.
My God.
Yeah, I'll give you this. You've still got it.
It's
Whatever it
fucking-
is, you still have it. I mean,
It's gold.
You need to work on your final delivery. You can't break the fourth wall, dude. You can't do it. When you get to the punchline, I'll show you my penis. You can't laugh. You sounded
I know,
You sounded
I know.
like a 6-year-old,
I
then a
know.
45-year-old, and then a 6-year-old, and then you laughed at your own shit outrageously.
Dude, I know. It was bad. It was, it's been decade. Well, it's been a few years since I've done that, so.
Felt good to bring him back, didn't it? Scotty McGregor. We got the Super Bowl coming up, and it looks like NBC has dumped Bob Costas.
I know, because Costas got a little, I don't know, anti-head injury. Spooked them a little bit. They don't know what Costas is going to say about CTE, huh?
Yeah, but see, here's where he could have used you, actually, Jay. When someone, if your profession is announcing games and you're part of the broadcast team for football, if someone says, and I hope you remember how to answer this, hey, pretty scary stuff in the world of football today, a lot of these cognitive head injuries. What do you think of CTE in the NFL, Bob? And at this point is where Bob...
It's troubling, but there is hope on the horizon.
It's hopeful,
Yeah.
and it's really all I have to say about it.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's,
Be political about it.
You've acknowledged that this is troubling.
But I think the awareness of it is key, and the fact that the NFL is taking it seriously.
Yeah, and there's a lot going on now. People are aware. It's hopeful that there's new designs on the way for helmets and the such.
There's a lot of reason to be hopeful, Mike.
So I would go on record and say, while troubling, I find the whole story hopeful. Thank you very much. I got to go, guys. I got to go. He's calling the Super Bowl, dog. He's calling the Super Bowl with that answer. What will get you kicked out of the Super Bowl is when he says something like, so he was this was an NFL's future panel at the University of Maryland in December. The issue that is most substantial, the existential issue. All right, existentials.
Do you know what
Too
that
many
means?
big words. Yeah, substantial existential issue.
Well,
It just seems kind of
existential has to be the most overused word of 2017-18. Wouldn't you agree?
Really?
Oh my God, you see it everywhere. Existential.
Well, the issue that is most substantial, the existential issue, is the nature of football itself. The reality is that the game destroys people's brains. Now, that right there, people are going, wait, what did Bob just say?
So what's Bob doing these games if he really believes that? You whore.
Listen, allow me to continue as Mr. Costas. You cannot change the basic nature of the game. I certainly would not let, if I had an athletically gifted 12 or 13-year-old son, I would not let him play football. Thanks, it's been great, guys. See you. We'll see you at the Super Bowl. Like, dude, those comments, and so they're all doing the thing like, well, we wanted to go a different route. Liam and so-and-so have done great all year. We're going to let them continue to do it. But it's like, yeah.
Sort of biting the hand that feeds you.
Yes. So he was expected to host his 7th Super Bowl after, he recently stepped down from the Olympic coverage. I'm assuming over the pink eye thing that he had
fiasco,
a decade ago or so. I mean, that should have been enough. That pink eye was enough to, like, I don't ever want to see his face again, right? It was like
it made the whole country dry heave.
Yeah,
in unison.
It's right up there with the New Year's Eve and Dick is counting down the 10, and it's like you've made this about you now. This is now about how weird you sound trying to count backwards from 10. Costas, you've made this about your pink eye.
But at the same time, it had a Theismann-esque sort of feel to it because it was so gross.
What? Wait.
You know, whereas Dick Clark, I agree with you. They're both trying to look at me. But in doing so, Costas is making us go through this process of looking at him, which is nasty, man. Have you ever had pink eye?
I don't know. I thought I had a touch of it last week for about an hour.
Yeah, it doesn't last an hour. It's definitely more substantial.
But mine itched and was red.
Dude, it is the most awesome sickness to get because you can't do shit. You got to stay home. You got to be away from everybody, but you feel like $1,000,000. Of course your eyes are weeping. They're nasty, but it's interesting.
Don't they crust
You'll
at
wake
points?
up in the morning, they'll be crusted shut.
Yeah.
You'll be like, I'll be damned, my eyes are crusted shut. Still feeling like $1,000,000.
You still feel fine?
Totally.
But the problem is, see, I like to call in sick to school and then go at like noon. You know, I feel great now. And then go for the second half of the day.
Wow.
Because then I could go out after school. I could play with you guys after school then. You know what I mean? Like, I had those really strict parents that were like, if you stayed home from school, you know, you can't go out and play now.
I didn't really mind that, though. I mean, I just sit at home and watch Brady Bunch, Gilligan's Island, etc.
Yeah. Well,
watch the whole lineup, man. Flintstones, Channel 50. It just sat on Channel 50.
Yeah. Well, once I got through, was it No, Price is Right. I guess Price is Right was what it was like.
That dead period between noon when Price is Right ends and 3:30 or 2:30 when Leave It to Beaver came on, Channel 20.
Brutal.
Fuck me, man.
You mean when you're getting into the Green Acres of the world?
Yeah.
And when
Petticoat Junction.
Oh, the Petticoat Junction. And then when you hear that.
Yeah. Andy
like,
Griffith.
Oh, no. Andy Griffith, it's in black and white.
I know.
I have a color TV.
At the same time, I loved Leave It to Beaver, though. That was
the
obviously
Beaver's
black and
pretty
white. That was tits as hell. You hit 2:30 and you're
I
golden
agree.
because then that takes you right into General Hospital at 3.
I wasn't digging on the soaps back then. But once you hit that dead zone with a
noon to 2:30
New York is where I'd rather stay. You know, it was like, oh fuck, I can't do Green Acres. I can't.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Mr. Haney. Well,
Mr.
Mr. Douglas.
Mr. Douglas. You had to get that whistle at the end of it. So I struggle with that. So that's when I always remarkably felt better. It was like, Mom, you know what? This is outrageous. I feel great. I don't know what happened. I got a touch of something. I need to go to school. I mean, I've got a 5th-hour test I almost forgot about, and I need to get in on that. And so she would, and then it was just carte blanche to go out and play afterwards.
Yeah.
So anyway, Costas, he's not going to do it. I guess the Olympics, and so they say his replacement, Mike Tirico, will be in South Korea for that. How is Mike Tirico skating, by the way?
What do you mean?
On the whole #MeToo shit. There have been rumors about Mike Tirico.
Really?
For fucking ever, yes.
Ann Arbor's own Mike
Yes.
Tirico? Wow, I didn't
Look
know
up
that.
Mike Tirico.
Dude, I've never heard a rumor about him. The
Yeah.
only thing I've ever
They
heard
were
about
in
that guy is
books.
he's a great guy.
I know. I think of him as a great guy, too. He looks like someone you can just trust. He's just got a
He
trusting
does.
look and sound
his
about
voice, his look, everything about him,
him.
yeah.
I hope I just didn't slander the shit out
Dude,
of him.
I'd never heard a thing about him.
Fingers crossed that Tirico has been accused of shit. And
Dingity.
I mean, I don't know what this says why they have.
Boom! Oh,
Alleged sexual harassment.
History. I mean, when they were writing
I've never
Mike
heard about Mike
Tirico's
Tirico.
history of alleged sexual harassment, I guess he's one of those that thinks he's the shit and just wants to like take a girl to dinner and bang her, like, and work. He doesn't care. People that work under him, and this might go back a long time. That's why it's maybe not as relevant. So I don't know, but it's interesting. Like, so many guys are taken out of Chinatown for sort of inappropriate behavior. And
Tirico
it's like,
skates.
yeah, he does. So anyway, they announced Costas was not in the lineup. Instead, we've got Dan Patrick and Liam McHugh as hosts of the pregame show, which also will have Tony Dungy, Rodney Harrison, Mike Floria, and Chris Sims. And then they did the whole, Dan and Liam have served as hosts of the pregame for a year, all season, and they've done great, and it only makes sense to keep them, and blah, blah, blah. So, I don't know. But yeah, they usually go with those big guys in those seats. And
I never pay attention to who's calling games. I just don't, man.
No. You didn't like the Madden Summerall years on Fox or I guess a lot of people get bummed out at Joe what's his name?
Oh, Buck?
Yeah, Joe
just
Buck.
because he's so under the radar in terms of excitement.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
I
he's
guess
hit
I'm
a home run to win in the bottom of the ninth, 7th
Yeah.
game of the World Series.
I'm amazed when on Sundays, I'll just flip on Twitter and you'll see what's trending in every week without fail. It's like Joe Buck, Chris Collinsworth, and it's like they suck so bad that just even calling a game, it's like I just don't notice that much.
No,
like
me
you've
either.
got to be really, really bad for me to go, dude, this guy fucking blows. You've got to be Don Lemon bad
Right.
for me to acknowledge, like, dude, this is this is so bad, it needs discussion now. Like Chris fucking Collinsworth, knowledgeable guy, played the game. Joe Buck, he doesn't offend me. I don't know. Some people have a problem with it. Anyways, remember we were watching that Eagles video yesterday?
Yes, where the guy ran outside the train.
Eagles video. It's a guy in a Brian Dawkins jersey.
I knew exactly what you meant. Guy's running alongside a train,
Yeah,
runs right into
subway.
a pole. Dude, there's, I guess, a second video, right?
There's a
From
second
behind.
video.
And
Well-
what I heard, too, is this was pre-game.
Isn't that
this
crazy?
Is a guy, and that's why he was chasing the train. We wondered that. He was, like, trying to get everybody riled up.
Yeah,
And
trying
the
to
doors
fire up the
closed,
crowd.
and he was still like, yeah, come on, come on. And he's running alongside.
Don't you love that guy?
I do.
The fire up the crowd guy.
Hell yeah.
Ugh. Dude, I admit, I had a stage in my early development, you know, going down to the old Tiger Stadium in Michigan.
You were the fire-up guy? No way.
Dude, you wouldn't believe it.
Did you
but
start
there
the
was,
wave?
There was a couple years where, I mean,
You and Moop?
no. This would have been like with the Boy Scouts or something. Like like I was
Cub
I
Scouts.
was a
Weeblo.
I was not a police officer, but
Safeties.
yeah, the safety patrol, police officer, safety patrol, whatever. We all had authority and we used it. So every year they would take us to a game, and you'd wear your little orange belt, you know, and you whatever.
I never
but-
wore mine. I always folded it up into that cool
Yeah,
little
wasn't that cool you
square.
could do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard to
and then
do.
it clipped exactly right. You're just like, safety. It's
Safety.
Like flashing a badge.
And if I'm not mistaken, weren't you given some sort of policeman-esque authority in
King Kong Land?
In King Kong
Yeah, it
Land,
was
and
the
didn't
first-
you wielded your power like a son of a bitch, didn't you?
I did. I was the first mayor of King Kong Land. That, of course, was the fake society that my second grade teacher set up.
Mm-hmm.
But then, second term, I found myself as the chief of police.
You weren't reelected?
Well, no, it was meant to move. It was meant to rotate. So
Whatever helps you like tell that story. I don't care. So you became the police chief
no
then.
shame in my game. Yeah, I became the police chief, and I was a son of a bitch. I was like,
You were able to write
pick that up. It was like a gum wrapper, you know. I was
Yeah.
all over. I was writing people tickets.
Yeah. See how that power,
Yes.
even to a fucking kid in second grade, the power goes right to you. And so there's a lot of power with what I would do, dude, and I remember this vividly. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Like, we'd be in the bleachers, of course, they'd give you the cheap seats, and, you know, there'd be drunk guys fighting and lots of swearing. Perfect environment for an 8-year-old. And so I'd be down there, and it was just like, come on! 1, 2, 3.
Really?
Yes.
You and your mullet? Was your mullet just
I didn't have
flopping?
a mullet then. I was probably had a Def Leppard T-shirt, but it was like, dude, and nobody would respond. And then finally, it'd
How
be
many
like
times do you try that before you give up?
6 innings.
Shit.
And I'm thinking about it now, like how annoying it would be to have a fucking 8-year-old going, come on, 1, 2, ha, and then like 8 people would, humor, you know, the wives or whatever humor the kid.
And the problem with those day games where they're giving away tickets to the safeties, they're shit games, right? You know, they're probably playing back then the Indians or some
Yeah, the
crap ass team,
Twins.
right?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you've
yeah.
got a gap that's about 100 yards wide between where you guys are sitting and the
Yeah.
next people sitting in right field.
I believe there were spots too, and this was always the trick with that. This was always when you knew you had a good wave going, was when like it went through the bleachers, but then there'd be a gap.
There's a gap, and still
there's a gap.
Right.
Yeah,
But I'm saying it's tough to start right at a gap, and that's what you were trying to do.
but I'm telling you, dude, the feeling when the
Did you
spark
fire it?
catches,
Really, you did it
countless times. When the spark catches and it's like, holy fuck, we made fire, and then it's going, and then it's picking up speed, and
Yeah.
it's like, man, you just sit back like Big E.
And those were the days of the wave, man. Those
Oh.
were those were the big days of the wave was new.
Yeah.
Detroit was doing it. They were winning like hell.
I think-
1984 ish.
I think, dude, we got so technical. Yeah, these were big days. We got to the point where it was like we had to outdo ourselves, and it was like 1, 2,
Yeah, the slow wave.
the slow wave,
Everybody
and
knows
then
the slow
I know
wave.
trying to get the slow wave going, or you know when you got really good, it was like trying to get the upper deck going one way and the lower deck going another way. I mean, it's hard to do, but dude, I successfully pulled off many a wave. I don't know if it was out of sheer annoyance or what. But anyways, this guy is taking it to the next level. He's trying to fire up the subway crowd,
Right.
you know, and he's a full-grown man. I was probably an 8-year-old.
So here it is. He's being filmed from behind now by his buddies, right?
Yes. Now, we took issue. We're like, is this real? Like, you would know that there's poles down in the subway. Like, and so it was like, maybe this is a fake video. I think this should set the stage and tell us once and for all that it is not a fake video. He's had a few beers, he's admitted at this point, pre-game. Train's leaving without me.
Yeah, here he
Fire
goes.
up,
Here he
everybody,
goes.
fire
Here he
up.
goes. Shit. Dude, he bounced into the train.
Yeah. He's all right. Brian Dawkins is all right. What are you thinking, Brian?
It's real.
It's real. I mean, he sees the pole. He's trying to avoid it, but he takes a shoulder, and then
awesome.
he bangs his head off the...
Ouch.
Yeah. He's fine, though. He did speak to the AP. He's doing fine. He's headed to the game after having a few drinks. Everything's fine. God, those Eagles fans.
Punching horses and shit.
Oh, did you see that one? Yeah, I didn't watch the video, but I was glad the guy that did his face is all fucked up and bloodied.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They took him down to Chinatown, I guess.
Hey, the auto show's here. That can only mean one thing: insane deals from your friends at Zott Ford and Holly. SUVs are the flavor of the month. Lease a new 18 Ford Escape as low as $144 a month, or lease a new 18 Ford Edge as low as $188 a month. They'd say it again, but I'd get pissed, so hit rewind or go to dealsinthed.com to see these deals plus many, many more.
All right. Speaking of big hits, there's one hit in particular that I think has not gotten enough attention, and that's the Rand Paul hit that he took from Bobby Boucher's son, I think, Rene Boucher.
This is some high-quality H2O.
Mama, H2O.
Yeah, of course, Senator Rand Paul mowing his lawn, minding
Brother
his own
of Rue.
business. Right.
RuPaul, I think. Pretty sure.
I heard that,
Yeah.
Mowing his lawn, apparently minding his own business. A neighbor who he had a dispute with in the past comes barreling across and just bouchers him.
Yeah, and his name's Boucher. So
perfect.
You think anybody that's seen Bobby Boucher lay a hit?
Waterboy.
The Waterboy. Great movie, by the way. As dumb as it is, it's kind of a good movie. All right. It's a Ray Carruth great movie. It's a decent movie. So anyway, they're trying to get this guy sentenced to a 21-month prison sentence.
Shit, man.
And what made this story so funny was like, you know, it's not the guy at the end of the neighborhood, some piece of shit white. It's like this guy's an...
he's a doctor.
He's a doctor. He's an anesthesiologist who's retired now in his late 50s. But yeah, we've gotten the court document now. And these guys have kind of laid back like, oh, no, it's just a little dispute. No big deal. And it's like, dude, he busted 6 of your ribs. He busted 6 of your ribs. That's one hell of a hit. And so I wanted more on this. Here's what was going on here. Mr. Boucher peeks out across the yard, and he sees Rand Paul stacking more brush. He's stacking brush in the yard. And this was, as far as like straws breaking dromedaries' backs, this was the moment he'd had enough. And so
they've gone over this, the whole stacking of brush, many, many times.
So, you know, they're longtime neighbors, and the lawyers doing this, you know, it's a neighborhood thing. It's no big deal. Well, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. And this is over a matter that most people would regard as trivial. It has to do with yards and the maintenance of those. Boucher is very meticulous. He's one of those dudes out there with a pair of scissors trying to, you know, make sure every blade is the same length. One of those guys.
Yeah, done working, so now he has nothing else to do but mow his lawn.
So he's very meticulous. Rand Paul takes a much different approach to the lawn. And so you can see already the dispute.
Jesus, pull up an aerial view of this property, because these are two dudes who really ought to have a lawn service.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're gated communities here.
Get Dustin's mowing and grounds.
I've got a
there.
picture.
This is ridiculous.
They do have a nice aerial, and Isis can pull up a better one so you can get a full view of it, because mine's rather small here. But yeah, they said, Mr. Paul takes a much different approach to the upkeep of his property. It all goes to large piles of leaves and branches and yard clutter that were placed on the property line.
So the distinction between, say, you and Juan across the street will rake his woods.
Dude, this is exactly what it would be if I was in my yard on the phone or something, and all of a sudden, I just get lit the fuck up.
By Juan.
By Juan. Just plants me, you know.
And yeah, it's a nice little aerial, and I believe there's a big lake out back. It's a nice spot.
Yeah, it's gated, and so look at You know, in Mr. Boucher's defense, look at these brown patches of shit over here.
Oh, you can tell the difference, yeah.
I mean, look how these lines.
Look at the hue. It's the turf depth you can see from the air. You can see from 500 feet up.
I mean, you can physically see the line in the property where it goes from awesome to.
Do you think this is a Rand Paul policy, a watering policy that just doesn't match Rene Boucher's?
I don't know, but this must be RuPaul's house across the street because this is shit over there too. I don't know what this is, but
the water boy overwatering?
I don't know, but you would think like there's enough distance between houses that you wouldn't get so worked up. Now we were trying to figure out like, dude, how do you, as a upper 50-year-old man, have enough power to drive through a rib cage and break 6 of them and like puncture a lung?
Are you kidding me? Were we talking about that? I totally know how a 50-year-old man could power through.
Pull that back up, E.
Dude, you serious?
Yeah, because ribs aren't easy to crack.
An unknowing person? Dude, if you stood there and a 50-year-old ran into you, you would have broken ribs.
You telling me right now, if we stood E there and you just ran from the back
up
wall
in the air,
and stuck him.
There's only one way to prove it.
E, go over there and stand. You can wear your shirt. He can wear a shirt, right? I'm assuming Rand Paul was wearing a shirt. E, go stand over there. And Jay, you're telling me with like a 15-foot head start, you could bust his ribs?
Yeah.
I don't think you can. I'm willing to bet $2. So anyway, I was thinking, okay, Boucher sees what's going on here. Paul is laying some shit in the brush. This is the day it ends.
Yeah.
And so I'm just picturing Boucher just like
come booking off his deck.
Like that, you know that screen door at the back of every deck where it's just like boom and the thing just whaps against the wall. He's down those steps of that deck and he's in full fucking sprint. And poor, here we've got Mr. Paul. He's doing his lemonade in the front yard. Honey, dear, would you bring me a lemonade?
Yeah.
And so he has just stepped off his mower. It's still running, which means
no idea what's about to occur.
He's still got his protective headgear on. He doesn't hear footsteps. He never hears footsteps. And so he steps off his mower. He's admiring his yard, and here he comes like a young Lawrence Taylor. And just
it's like Boucher coming after the QB right here. I mean, I've got it pulled up. Goes over the line and just clobbers him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in his family blood.
It's like, that there was, like, what went into that was probably years of, hey, Paul, the lawn's looking a little shitty. All right, man, have a good one.
I wonder if he did the Boucher drop kick like this right here, where he jumps up and just kicks the guy in the sternum.
I don't think that's legal.
No, that's probably not.
But don't you think it's like, the guy's walking his dog by the property. It's like, hey, man, you gotta.
I would guess.
About time to break that mower out. Don't you think there, Rand? There's hints dropped, and then he probably started talking shit about Rand to some of the other neighbors, right?
Yeah.
Trying to fire them up, like, dude, this is unacceptable. What's going on over here at Rand's house with the lawn? Word gets back to Rand. Rand's not gonna put up with that. You talking shit about me in my own hood? Fuck you. They have some words. But I'm wondering, like we've all done that, punched a wall, and then you immediately go, oh, fuck, man, that hurt my hand. Like
he's got a good 25-yard cooling off period.
Yes,
is the point.
From the moment he slams that screen door open, which basically pops off the hinges at that point, slams against the side of that yellow-painted house or whatever, and starts booking. It's like he's got 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3.
It may have been, as you get closer to Rand Paul, you get angrier. You see his hair.
The hair's enough.
His headphones on. You see that dumb look on his face. You start thinking about his politics.
Yeah.
Everything's hitting you.
Yeah.
Between that deck and that 25-yard distance. And you're just gaining steam. You're gaining steam.
Do you think you just like... boom! Do you think at some point, like... So what you're saying is the time to, like, shut it down is that first 10 yards. But you're saying that
I think
last 15...
there's a point of no return at the last 15.
It's possible to lock in?
Yeah.
You think he locked in on those ribs and was just like, this is just lining up too perfect? It's like when you're an outside edge blitzer and all of a sudden the fucking back doesn't get his assignment. And
blindside, quarterback has no idea you're there.
Dude, it's the Jim Burt hit on Montana that shattered his back.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, oh, this is wide open. And then Montana stops and it's like, now here comes 300 pounds. Boom!
Yeah.
And you snap a person in half. It's got to be an exhilarating feeling. It really does. To break a human like that. I believe we have the 911 call.
Let's hear it.
Do you want to hear it?
This is Rand's wife?
This is Rand.
Oh, shit.
Sounds pretty good for 6 broken ribs, I got to be honest. God, sorry. Sounds like shit.
911, what is your emergency?
I was assaulted by my neighbor, and it's not a life or death thing, but I'd like to have a police car come by.
Where are you? Okay, let me put you through the state police. Stay on the line, okay?
You're going to send somebody?
I got to put you through the state police. Stay on the line, okay?
All right.
Is it possible to sound cool on a 911 call?
I don't know. Is it possible that he anticipated that this would be public?
Probably.
I was assaulted by a neighbor, and I'd like the police to come and investigate and talk to the neighbor.
Okay. Where did the assault happen at?
In my yard while I was mowing the grass.
What's your name, sir?
Randall, Paul.
Oh, Randall.
I have no idea.
I didn't know that.
Really? You couldn't have guessed?
I could have, but I never did.
Randmeister? Randington?
Randy? Randington. Is that the end of the call? Did it end there, E?
Yeah, looks like it.
Oh, poor Rand.
Yeah,
Poor
those 911
Rand.
calls.
He sounded exasperated, didn't he?
Well, I was figuring he was going to sound like at least wheezy.
I thought he'd sound more fired up than that, angry.
Yeah,
I
this
think,
motherfucker.
Maybe not motherfucking it, but I thought he'd be pretty angry.
I guarantee you're right. He's been in the game long enough. He knows. When I place a call as Rand Paul, anything I do is newsworthy. I just got creamed by my neighbor. This is going to be hilarious to a lot of people. I cannot be crying on the 911 call. I cannot wheeze.
Pull it together, Randall!
You can do this. You can be a man, Randy. Be a man. Stop whimpering.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, and so he
I think you put that puzzle together pretty well. I think it's exactly as you described. The whole history of the, Rand, you mind maybe not stacking it. I think that's exactly what happened. Passive-aggressive shit.
Yes. Instead of just going, dude, what the,
trying to rally neighbors and support. I think it's exactly, man.
It's always.
And then it was just, it snapped.
It's frustrating as shit, and we've all been there. We've all been there when it's like, you know what? I'm gonna be cool. Drop a little hint that obvious. It's so obvious that it's like, oh wow, any moron can pick up the fact that I've offended my neighbor with this behavior, and then you hope some changes are made.
Yeah.
Juan a couple years ago was like, hey man, yeah, it's oh man, getting towards the end of the season with these leaves, and I was like, yeah, he's like, hey, if I'd be glad to give you a hand if you want me to come over. I was like, no, dude, look.
Loud and clear, Juan was telling you he's sick as fuck of your leaves blowing over on his woods so that he has to pick them up.
Yes, but he was passively aggressively dropping hints like, dude, I will bring my crew over and help you with this. Please pick up this shit. And I was like, Juan, I hear you, brother. I hear you loud and clear. Here's the deal. I'm going to do it once and one time only. They're all falling down. I don't want to fucking have to do this 6 times. I don't care. And so we came to, and it was the end of the season, but he was doing that. Now, if I was like, yeah, cool, see you, dude, and then just left him forever, he'd eventually be like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? I just love the visual of that guy slamming the screen door, the back of the deck open, and just locking
skipping
into
4
those
steps
ribs.
off his deck, right?
Almost falls but catches himself, like that cop running the corner, wipes out at the tree, does a roll, and then pops back up.
It's on. It's on.
It kind of reminds me of this moment when someone gets overly excited. You'll remember this one.
This is awesome.
this was a anti-Trump rally.
protest,
Yeah. At a,
Don't look to compromise.
oh, shit.
You idiot!
Guy comes booking down a flight of stairs and gives him just enough warning. The guy with the bullhorn just hears at the last moment, which may have saved
Buckeye
something.
Nation. It did, no doubt about it. Because if you've got, think about it, if you've got a bullhorn at your mouth, these kids that have an audience for the first time in their lives are like, we're not going to take this Trump stuff anymore. And just say buzzwords, Black Lives Matter. And everyone's like, yeah. Like, that's an exhilarating feeling to have people on your side.
Antifa!
And so this kid booking down the stairs, he had it. He had the moment lined up to destroy this guy, but he couldn't help it. He had to start going, you idiot! Gave him just enough time to turn that head.
Didn't it
before
turn
being
out that the
crushed.
assailant was like a Big E or something?
Yeah.
He was-
Yeah.
He had some issues.
Yeah, his dad had to do like a media thing, like, sorry, my kid's kind of tarded and, gets a little overly worked up.
Watching too much Fox News, and
Yeah.
next thing you know.
And he was watching The Waterboy the other day and decided to take it out on the little woman there with the glasses. Yeah, but I love those blindside videos when
they're vicious, man.
Anytime someone misses a step, I could watch those videos forever. The invisible step. Anyway, let's take a quick break.
Sure.
And then we've got some terrible news to report as we lost Tinky Winky.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Tinky Winky died.
Not the Winky.
Yep, I know. Terrible. We'll get into that more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
You want to pin it on something? Pin it on that.
Always. All right, welcome back to the Detroit Cast, powered by dealsinthed.com. Mike and Jay.
Still waiting for Noel Monk to raise Sid Vicious from the dead to kick my ass.
Yeah, he's coming, man. I just hope it's not a Boucher Paul thing where you don't.
Yeah,
see
give me
it
some
coming.
warning, man. Give me some warning.
It's a leashing because at a minimum, Vicious is coming with a knife.
Vicious is definitely coming with a knife.
A blade of sorts. I don't know.
That's how he operates.
My guess is butterfly.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
He's
Remember
a
those
flashy
butterflies?
guy. Sure.
Those were big back then in the 80s.
Can't stop a leg sweep.
Yeah.
And an elbow to the throat.
Yeah, the problem is, dude, he's going to be so fucking high that he's not going to feel a lot. And so if Vicious comes, Vicious is going to be cut up from a bottle or something on his chest. He's going to be bleeding.
Yeah.
Some sort of bleeding is going to be going on. Disheveled, and he's going to be knived.
In zombie state, I guess, if he's coming back from the dead. I don't know. Well,
go for the head, brain. It's a brain stab.
Got it.
If you get to that position, just don't let him bite you. Speaking of dead people, Tinky Winky's dead.
Which one's he?
The purple one. The
Okay.
homo. A lot of people thought was a homo.
Does that have a triangle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Famously, Jerry Falwell was like, he's the gay one.
Oh, that's right.
Purple, it's the color of the homo. He's got a triangle on his head, which is basically their shape.
Isn't your favorite color purple?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yep.
So what are they? Remind me, dude. Poe is the little red one.
Come on, dude. Dipsy.
Tinky Winky.
Dipsy.
And then
La La. La
That's
La.
right. Okay.
Tinky Winky.
Tinky Winky was like the oldest, biggest one, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Fitting that one would die first.
Yeah, the big one. That was a little
What a
China
weird
girl
thing, man.
in the red.
Oh, really? Little Poe?
Yeah, I saw video. I saw pictures actually of her half costumed. So during a break on set, and so they've got the top half of the torso off, and these things are 100 pounds, 60 pounds. These costumes, and they're heavy, and so these guys are kind of sweating, and she's there in a white T-shirt, sweating, broad, and so it's just nips, and it's if people only knew what Poe looked like. You know what I mean? Kids are watching this, and here she is, basically doing a wet T-shirt contest. In some of the pictures I've seen, yeah.
Sweet.
Simon Barnes is the guy that actually played Tinky. He was only 52, father of 3. Died of hypothermia after collapsing in the street. And that's all that is mentioned. And it's boy, it sounds like there's more to that story. You know what I mean? Collapsing in the
Obviously,
street.
alone, right? You're alone, or you're clubbed from behind, or some shit.
Yeah.
Is he living on the streets?
No, he had a flatmate, which is why we know, because this chick sent out a post saying he died. He was a trained ballet dancer or ballet dancer, whichever you prefer, and choreographer, but before taking on the role of Tinky Winky. His flatmate Judith Tynan paid tribute and said, I'm floored at losing him. He was just the best company. He was just the best person to live with. We got on terribly well. I'm gobsmacked. Love that.
Really? I haven't heard that in years.
Yeah, she actually used that in the post. Isn't that great?
Shit, yeah.
I hope when I go, someone has the balls to say they're gobsmacked at my loss.
That's badass, man.
Yeah, remember that. I'm gobsmacked at losing him. He was charming and handsome and delicate and so lovely to be around. He wasn't difficult. He was pleasurable, a delicate man. At this point, I'm like, okay, there's too many. We're laying
delicacies.
out.
He's a ballet.
Is it superlatives? That we're laying out, we're overdoing how great and perfect and delicate and handsome and charming. It's what did you club him?
Pick a couple.
Yeah.
Emphasize those as the great characteristics. But you get 9 superlatives down the road, and you start to lose credibility.
Right. And I think you said it all when you used gobsmacked. Did you need to? I mean, dude, that said it. You didn't need to elaborate on gobsmacked.
We are not gobsmacked by the death of everyone.
No, absolutely not. You haven't heard it in years.
No.
She goes on to say, Teletubbies was his piece de resistance.
Oh, my God.
They laughed.
Really?
We laughed a lot because it was silly, and he used to tell me that costume weighed 60 pounds. It was a big to-do to wear it because it was just a big thing, but it made him. It made his life and put him on the map.
Let me ask you this. Why did that weigh 60 pounds?
I don't know.
It looks like a onesie and a foam head.
I know. They're heavier than you'd think, though. I just imagine you're sweating constantly, and they stink.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they're washed a lot. As long as the outside of that thing looks good, no one on set gives a
Right.
shit how diseased it is inside.
You pull one up again, I'm flummoxed as to why they're so heavy. The head is big. It's grande, no question about it. But, these guys at colleges and so forth, mascot heads, all the time are wearing that shit.
Yeah.
Boy, 60 to 100 pounds? I don't know.
Yeah. She continues. He was a handsome chap, very good looking. I used to say to him every morning, "Goodness, Simon, how do you look so good?" It seems just,
Nice.
see, he was just a very. I'm not. This isn't. I'm not restating this. This continues. He was just a very good-looking chap. He was a great flatmate.
Okay.
Again,
hooking up? I mean,
overly superlatived. So, yeah, people were asking. She insisted that they were not a couple. We're just very, very good friends, and everybody used to think we were a couple. We weren't. Anyway.
Why am I hearing Hepburn in this?
I don't know. Isn't Hepburn more like a car starting?
Late in the game, but I hear that.
I don't want to know. Wasn't that Katharine Hepburn?
You're using.
I don't
you're
want to
using
talk about
this
Tinky
kind of a-
Winky anymore. It's not about
No.
Poe and Tinky Winky.
Oh, yeah, you old poo. You old poo.
You old Poe. Get out of the way.
No, but I think that was Hepburn before she got her little wiggle,
Really?
Yeah, I think that's what you were doing, but that's
I'd like
okay.
to apologize for falling into that. That was not done on purpose. So anyway, this gets into the Tinky world, the Teletubby world, and so a lot of the other Tubbies are just destroyed by this today. This news. Dipsy tweeted out, "What a week! Rip Simon Shelton, Tinky Winky," and then that was retweeted by Poe. Poe retweeted that. Yeah. She did say that Barnes was reluctant to take that role. He started my career as a ballet dancer or a ballet dancer, and started working as a choreographer. I thought this was a bit of a risky move to take on the role of Tinky Winky.
It's a fucking no-brainer, man. Nobody knows who you are. Just go do it.
This is where the story to me was my what moment. Let's see if you pick up on it. Also paying tribute to him was singer Paul McCartney's brother, Mike McGear. What? You're telling me Paul McCartney has a brother named Mike McGear, and I just learned this now? What?
Very good, very good.
Paul McCartney has a brother named Mike McGear. I'm gobsmacked by that. Why wouldn't you go by McCartney?
It's a half-brother, man. He's not really a McCartney.
He's a second cousin of Barnes' former wife, actress Emma Robbins. Paul McCartney's brother, Mike McGear, said, "You want to do your Beatles voice?" It's so sad. That's what he tweeted there. I'm assuming he sounds like...
So sad to hear about Cy.
What, is it Cy?
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of Simon.
Yeah. He was a lovely lad, and we'll be dancing along Uncle Bill's bar, knocking Mum and Dad, Millie and Ginny, Mike and Bet's drinks off as we talk. Love to you and the kids from me and mine.
See, it sounds a little crazy,
That's
doesn't
very
it?
inside.
I'm Paul, and I play the bass.
I'm John, and I play guitar, and I sometimes play the fool.
I'm Mike McGreer, and I play the flute sometimes when they let me crash the party. Down at me old pub with Ginny and Millie.
See, now you're going Irish, man. Stay in one dialect, please.
I'm sorry. I stink at them. I stink, and so I...
Ah, me Lucky Charms!
Ah, me Lucky Charms! Find ye at the end of the ye rainbow. So he was constantly asked, "Are you a homo?" Meaning Tinky Winky. Is Tinky Winky a homo? Please tell me. And because he had a penchant for handbags. That was his big thing, too. He was big into handbags.
Oh, is that right?
Purple, handbags, triangle. It's all falling into place. People always ask me if Tinky Winky's a homo. But the character is supposed to be a 3-year-old, so the question really is quite silly.
That's the thing to me. Like, I've watched very little Teletubbies. Is there really a distinction between the 4 of them? I thought they all just kind of wandered about, you know?
Please, stop it.
Really?
Shame on
There's
you.
a character in...
Shame on
like,
you.
you can distinguish, like, oh, yeah, the plot of this one, they're going to really emphasize Tinky Winky in this
Dipsy's
one.
in trouble.
Oh, Dipsy. Oh, you know how Dipsy is.
Well,
you know that la-la, boy.
Dipsy is, I believe it's Dipsy, is the one that's like cooler.
Is that right?
And hipper and can like dance a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Head comes off, black guy. You know what I mean? So the stereotypes are ingrained early. Of course, the ballet dancer is in the gay costume, you know?
Yeah.
Or ballet dancer. Dude, this is funny. There was a like a toy fair going on this weekend in over in Europe somewhere, and they get word that Tinky Winky has died, and on hand at the event is a different Tinky Winky, a Poe, and they're like, "Oh shit!"
There's an imposter Winky.
It wasn't an imposter Winky, but like Santa can't be at every mall, and so they
is
just
it like
Tinky
Mike
Winkied
Massey singing for Boston?
Totally.
Okay.
So they Tinky Winkied someone up. Sent him out there, and he's waving to the kids and stuff. And then
Was Simon in bad health? It makes me wonder if Simon was in bad health.
I don't know. Well, he, bad enough health to fall down in the streets outside and then just die. I mean, that's not great health.
I'm not talking right at the end. I'm talking leading up to that.
So they're like, what do we do? And they're like, you know what? Round up all the people here that are adults, like run booths and selling shit.
And we're gonna do a time for telly bye-bye.
No, that would have been better, but they eliminated all the Winky gear out of tribute, like he died, so get it out of here. And so they removed the Tinky Winky. They like ripped that fucking foam head off him and then just like threw him on his ass. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
It's quite a tribute.
I know. All the relevant licensors have agreed to withdraw the Tinky Winky character out of respect for the rest of the fair, which I think is, I don't know if I like that. You know what I mean? Like. The kids still want they still want their Tinky Winky. Like if you had a 4-year-old at that thing, it's like, oh, we're finally going to the toy fair. Huge fan, and all of a sudden Tinky Winky's not there. I mean, you didn't really think it was the fucking TV show Tinky Winky, did you? I mean, for them, those kids don't care. They're like, oh, there's Poe, there's Lala, there's but where the fuck is Tinky Winky?
Yeah.
Yeah, thrown on his ass. Terrible. We had a high school shooting today.
Saw that.
But I don't, I'm going to call it a failure. I don't know that it's worthy of discussion.
Okay, let's not discuss it.
Okay, it happened in Kentucky. I'm just telling you the numbers aren't.
Kentucky?
The numbers aren't strong enough to warrant much discussion. I have a feeling this will breeze over the press.
What do we got?
I believe there's 1 dead and 17 injured.
Is it the gunman who's dead?
No, the gunman has been apprehended. And so it's like...
It's the first high school shooting in a while, though. Isn't it amazing that we're just like, high school shooting?
I know. It's crazy.
Only 1 dead, only 17 injured.
4 dead in Ohio happened at Kent.
4 dead in Ohio.
In the, 70s? Guys shooting from that tower. Just crazy. They wrote songs about it, dude. Like
4 dead in Ohio.
Like legitimate songs that were hits were written about that. It's still discussed now. People still wear Kent T-shirts with bullet holes in them for Halloween and get ragged on. Columbine set the table. Like, when Columbine happened, it set a new standard in what school shootings are.
Yeah.
And then you had, was Vatek after that, the little Chinaman that went on a shitty, like he failed a test or something and just, and then just killed tons of people. But, and those deservedly so. When you're talking 30 people dead, 20 people dead, shit like that, but it was like, I just felt bad for the school. I was like, you're not going to get the press you think you deserve. You're not. 1 dead, 17 injured. It's not going to happen. Sorry. It's not. So, yeah. Terrifying for those kids, though. Honestly, on a serious note, I can only imagine to hear the sound of bullets ringing out in the hallways of your school, how fucking utterly terrifying that would be.
It's got to be surreal.
Because you're running, at least in our school, lots of corners, blind corners. You're like, you don't want to hide in a room because maybe he comes to your room next. You want to run out of there, but you take a turn and there's some fucking maniac with a gun. Like, dude.
Well, I told you my sister was in a workplace shooting.
Get what?
Yeah, I told you this.
You did?
Yeah, she was hiding under a desk and everything. Yeah.
Excellent. What?
I am not going to talk about it. It's time to celebrate huge savings.
She wasn't the shooter, was she?
She wasn't the shooter. Okay. She's fine. It's time to celebrate huge savings during the auto show sales event at Zott M59 Chrysler Jeep with payments this low and Etard's big raise. Even he can afford a sweet Jeep. Lease a new 18 Jeep Compass as low as $222 a month. This Compass has it all, including Apple CarPlay, heated leather seats, and steering wheel. See details in their massive inventory at dealsinthed.com.
Well, it's starting to happen, dude. We're starting to snub people based on character flaws. As far as awards go, James Franco actually did not get nominated for that Academy Award.
Oh, Jimmy!
I know, nominated for the SAG Award, won a Golden Globe. I mean, that's just like a given. Like those ones that win, they're going to be nominated for the Academy Award.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's just
at least nominated.
Yes, snubbed. snubbed. It's crazy, man, for the disaster artist. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if it's any good, but yeah. So these women that have come out and accused him of shit, it's so funny how they've
taking its toll on the arts.
They've come so hard after him. And the funny thing is, these people that are admittedly like, oh my God, it was my dream to be an actress. Now they're 22. Nobody knows them. They're out of work. And they've gotten a spotlight. They have a spot. And it's like, now we're on Good Morning America crying about, I just want James to acknowledge that he made girls get nude on the set and blah, 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 blah. And
here's Mike again, completely discounting claims of sexual assault, potentially.
I believe that James Franco should use his power to give opportunities to women that are real and valuable. Actually, give them career advancement. He's not an unforgivable person. But they want him to come out and make some big, bold statement, blah, blah, blah. And it's funny to me how they were reacting to this one in particular, where it's like, you know.
Well, they have the opportunity to block him, right? So this is their big moment, so.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe that's why they wanted to make take a stand against him and make a mark.
I don't know. It's the thing we all worry about, you know, like the witch hunt aspect of things. And it's funny to me. It's just kind of funny to me how it's like we talked about it yesterday with Roman Polanski or Woody Allen, where it's just like, whatever. With horrible shit.
These people don't even know the guy.
Horrible.
But they support Roman Polanski because he's Roman Polanski.
Or he put me in a movie, or his work is legendary. Woody Allen is breathing hot breath onto the fucking vagine of a 7-year-old, and then rapes
his daughter, his adopted daughter.
Yes. Meanwhile, leaves his fucking wife for a 13-year-old daughter, stepdaughter.
Another adoptee.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like those are heinous accusations and truths. And Polanski's are ridiculous too. I mean, outrageous. We've talked about him at length. And then for James Franco, it's like, okay, at 39, he tried to fuck a 17-year-old. All right, well, and then he tried to bang another 17-year-old. And then he's got these creative art things, and he puts nude girls. It's like, all right. One girl said she dated him for a while. Her name is, and this is terrible, Violet Paley. Violet Paley was doing the rounds today.
Yeah.
She's like, please, I want him to say a lot of things, but just apologize. She was friends with him in Malibu, and they were in the early stages of a relationship. And she claims he pressured her into a sex act while they were in the car. He kind of like pushed my head down and was saying like, come on.
Oh, no.
And that was the end of the story. And I was just like, oh, God, I think I did that to Beth last week. Like, literally. Oh, come on. I mean, we're stuck in this traffic.
I mean, quote, unquote.
I mean, if I was in the studio audience and it was like, oh, yeah, we're getting some shit
You're
here.
like, yeah,
like, lay it
rubbing
down.
your hands together. All right, here we go. Yeah, we're going to hear it all. And then
he kind of like pushed my head down.
And said,
pushed my head down and said,
and
like,
I quote,
come on.
And then what?
Yeah.
Someone in the audience. And then what? That it?
Did you? Then what did he do? Yeah, I know, and I'm just like I would kind of snigger at that. I'm sorry, I would snigger if I was in the audience. Sorry, snigger. If that came out, it was like, because I don't mean to sound like a dick, but I have absolutely done that more in a joking fashion.
Of course.
Like, you tell me you've never done that to Gab in the car or on the couch. It's like,
what do you think?
London Bridge is going down. And just start kind of pushing that head down, and then it sucks.
No, I don't put it. For the record, no.
When you, it's
I
the
don't
only
push her head down in there.
The only time.
Do I suggest it? Of course.
So what do you do? Do you give that raised eyebrow and then kind of glance at her and then down
Of
at it?
Of course, that's one move. That's one move.
Like,
but I'm not. I want to be clear. I'm not pushing her head down toward my nether regions, Mike.
My move, because I don't have that kick-ass The Rock look like you can do. Can you smell what the J Detroit cast is cooking? You have that ability. And so I can see if you do that eyebrow, catch her eye, and then glance down at yours a couple times. That should be all the hint that's needed. I don't have that ability, so I'm known to, slightly, kind of like, oh, man, let's put this bridge down. And, like, do that. Occasionally I get carried away, and when I've got, like, both hands on the head and I'm using the force of my buttocks and thighs to push up from the waist, and like, come on! Come on!
You're actually leaving your seat.
Get it! There's times there where I come to and it's like, oh, fuck, that was over the line. I shouldn't have did that. Not saying that Jimmy Franco did that, but yeah.
It's going to hurt the Deuce. I want the Deuce to come back for a second season.
Well, whichever one of the Franco characters on that show is being accused of all this stuff can't come back, but the other one's probably okay.
Good point.
Yeah.
Hey, Hamlin Pubs is inviting you to their 5 Metro Detroit locations. Come enjoy Hamlin Pub's great food, drinks, and atmosphere. Whether you're watching the game with your buddies, out for a meal with the family, or out for an evening with your girl, it's always a great time at their Rochester, Clarkston, Chesterfield, and 2 Shelby Township locations.
Really quick, I was proud. I don't think I've seen any of the movies that are nominated.
I haven't either, dude.
Like, seriously, I'm like, I don't know any of these. None of them.
I think Get Out is one of them. The boys, my boys Manny and Russell said that was really good.
Yeah. I know I think that's the younger actor that everyone's raving about. I don't know his name. It's Daniel Kaluuya. I think he's the one. But yeah, the usual Gary Oldman, Denzel has been nominated.
Meryl Streep.
Yeah, of course. Margot Robbie. I'm voting for her because she's hot as shit. You know, Meryl Streep, fuck, gross. But Margot Robbie, yeah, she's hot as hell. So I hope she wins.
Do we have sufficient diversity? I mean, nobody's gonna.
Bill Dafoe is white. Woodrow Harrelson is white.
Yeah.
Dick Jenkins, I don't know. Christopher Plummer, I don't know. Sam Rockwell.
White.
Oh boy.
Sounds Oscar so white.
Best original song.
Mm-hmm.
You familiar with any of these? Mudbound, The Mighty River.
No.
Oh, it was a mighty river. You don't know that one?
No.
I think that's how it goes. Call Me By Your Name, I believe, is the band. Mystery of Love is the song.
No idea.
Da-da-da-da-da. It was a mystery of love. I think it was a mystery of love. I think it goes something like that.
Why don't you level with me then?
Marshall's Stand Up for Something. You know that song.
No.
You know that one. Stand up for something. And the kids are clapping. Stand up. I think I got that right. And The Greatest Showman's This Is Me. Congratulations. I did not see This Is Me. You know that song for sure.
No.
This is me. This is me. All of me. This is me. You know that one.
I think
It's
I
a
like
great
the River
club.
one the best. I
Which
hope
one?
that one wins. The first one. The
It
River.
was a mighty river.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was pulling for Mighty River too, but it's such a long shot that This Is Me got in there that I'm kind of pulling for that one as well. I did see The Last Jedi get a lot of nominations for like
Technical shit.
score
Yeah.
and
Okay.
a few things. So yeah,
John Williams again.
yeah, as he should be. Excuse me. Let's get to some email.
Do you want to mention
I'm gonna
your-
go fucking pop up the mighty river.
You want to mention your hashtag TDC 1000 plan again?
Oh, I forgot what it was. No, TDC 1000. We're coming up on our 1000th episode. I believe you said it's Valentine's Day.
It is indeed.
And so we've come up with a hashtag TDC 1000. So if you're on Twitter, Facebook, whatever, we're just what?
You should be very specific on where they're going to use this for the contest.
Well, yeah, Twitter, but
Okay.
but everywhere if you want.
How about
Because-
Instagram? Huh?
Yeah,
You want
it
to
might be
Instagram
confusing.
us your favorite moment?
Yeah. So basically, just like if you think of something like, oh, yeah, I really liked this moment back 3 years ago when this happened. Oh, hashtag TDC 1000. I hated this moment. Hashtag TDC 1000. This is my favorite moment. Hashtag TDC 1000.
Yeah.
So anybody that does that in the next 24 hours, I guess it's 23 hours now, we'll put your name in a drawing for Jim Norton tickets. We've got a pair to give away. And he's going to be in Warren at the Andiamo showroom Friday night. That will be a killer show. Jim Norton's one of the funniest comics out there. So if you want to do that, we'll draw a winner tomorrow. And how about we get some email in the meantime?
We will. Email us at email@detroitcast.com. The printer's still not working for me, so I'm going to read some that I printed out like 2 weeks ago. But I will then I will attempt to read some off the screen of my computer.
Yeah.
Now, I'm telling you that because I haven't taken the red pen to it, so it may not flow as well.
Okay.
I'll do my best.
Look at him setting the stage in case there's any hiccup at all on his delivery. He's excused.
Aaron writes in perspective regarding Russell's ankle injury. Dear glass half full department, perhaps a crushed ankle could be a golden opportunity for Russell to learn about audio production in the broadcast arts. 2 show members from Jay's lineage would be enough votes to drive the show in any direction Jay wants. Just imagine a show with nothing but current soccer events, new and delightful kale recipes, and the latest in Hebrew money management.
He's got a point.
I'm not Jewish.
You're a lawyer, though. Tight with money.
I like the Hebrews, but I'm not Jewish. Kurt writes in, I swear to God, every time I hear Jay do the Hamlin read, it sounds like he's saying tons of crap beer. That is all.
No, you're not saying that.
Craft. It's craft beer. It's definitely
Make sure you really emphasize
Craft.
the. You really got to go strong with the. At
tons
the
of
end it.
craft beer. The Bee writes in, I'm listening to extra content as a proud member, and you asked about brides and grooms wearing the dumbass Disney ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, all I can tell you is my experience. I had never been to Disneyland. I had the same kind of childhood as you with everything off-brand and no big dollar vacations.
Whoa.
What?
My stuff wasn't off-brand.
I know. He's talking directly to me, I think.
Okay.
Because he knows I'm
Carry
the only
on.
one that's going to read an email.
Carry on.
So when we, a.k.a. my beautiful bride and I, planned our honeymoon to Disney, I just paid the bills. My friend gave us the dumb Mickey groom and Minnie bride hats, plus shoes to wear on our trip. Dude, did he wear the big fucking Mickey Mouse feet shoes?
Kind of dope, dude.
Holy shit. I wasn't excited by this, but she told me why to do it, and she was right. We got our asses kicked everywhere we went. Taxis, flight. We were bumped to first class, given champagne on the flight down, plus an extra bottle to go. And at check-in at the resort, I'm a cheap ass, and I love freebies. Thanks for the best 1.5 to 2 hours of my day. The beef. Okay. So he was one of those guys walking around with a bride and groom, Mickey and Minnie Mouse ear.
And people took care of him. That's a whole industry, though. That's Orlando, right? In Florida. I'm assuming like everything around that is Disney related, right?
Well, there's
Outside
lots
the
of theme.
park.
There's other theme parks like the ones with the whales.
Universal, for one.
Universal's enormous there.
Yeah.
And SeaWorld.
Okay.
So there's other theme parks.
But I would
in
imagine
Orlando.
like everywhere around that city, every hotel is some, like. No, am I wrong about that?
Sort of. I mean,
would think they'd own
Universal
that area.
Yeah, I mean, Orlando is there because Disney's there.
Yeah.
But Universal is enormous. Howard the Walmart greeter checking in. It's been a while. Good evening, Podcast Heroes. Just a few comments from poem number 981. I don't remember that one offhand, but we'll get to this.
I do. It was a good one.
First, you're right. That was a good one.
Yeah.
First and foremost, the statistic often quoted, insured by Mike on this episode about illegal immigrants committing less crime generally than citizens is patently false. Every single illegal immigrant has committed a felony. That's being here illegally. Every single person that I know, says Walmart greeter, here that is a citizen has not committed a felony. So that statistic is grossly erroneous.
Those stats are impossible. It's like getting cop shootings numbers.
Yeah,
like
all over the map.
They are, and believe it or not,
agenda driven.
Yeah, dude,
perhaps.
Totally. Try to find honest statistics about illegals and crimes committed. Those places with sanctuary cities, they don't want you even looking into it. So they're not reported right. They're very, very hard. And there are groups out there that have gone to tireless efforts to dig up and find media reports and try to put together some sort of realistic idea of what they are, and they're staggering when you look at those numbers.
Go
I
read
understand
Ann Coulter's new book.
Yeah. They're troubling to say the least. And my whole thing is, you know what, man? I don't care if they commit less or more. It's irrelevant. The point is, there are crimes that are committed in a country that they shouldn't be committed in, no matter what they are.
Yeah.
That's the overall. One is too many.
I mean, imagine if your mom gets raped or something by some illegal. Like, dude, just totally unacceptable.
We could do stories every day, Jay. There was a story today. I just bypassed it. Illegal immigrant caught after his fourth murder, and in jail. It's like, dude, that's a serial killer.
Yeah.
That's a serial killer. That's just like, illegal immigrant, murdered 4, blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, okay, that's great.
And then the other side tries to make it just sound anecdotal. And the point is, Walmart greeter's point, Howard, the Walmart greeter is saying, dude, even one is too many. Guys here illegally. Shouldn't be doing any of these. You don't even get to explaining whether that's anecdotal or not.
Yeah.
The guy's here murdering people. He shouldn't be here.
Yes. And then
very simple.
It gets to such a it gets so politicized that there's discussion about, when Trump goes, we're going to take gang members, MS-13, round them up and get them out of it. And people are like, that's racist. And it's like, now it's so fucking toxic that even talking about taking MS-13 members and gathering them and getting the fuck out of here is somehow now like, be careful,
Tiptoe around that,
just because they're brown. No, because they're cutting up bodies in parks. That's the problem with MS-13. It's not because they're brown.
Those are mainly El Salvadorians, is
Yeah,
it?
lots of El Salvadorians. No offense to the great El Salvadorian people.
As far as the Border Patrol destroying supplies, okay, that was the day we watched that video. That was actually taken during the Obama administration, says Howard the Walmart greeter. Was Obama racist against Mexicans, illegal immigrants? See you guys at Massey.
Well, maybe he started something today.
Maybe.
Oh, the video of the video of the guys kicking the water bottles out. So,
Yeah.
okay, that was taken during the Obama.
Josh writes in, sowing seeds is a crap ton of work, though rewarding, to be so intimate with the process of generating greenery. So he's referring to my goal in 2018 of growing a garden, Mike, which you scoff at.
I don't scoff at.
Josh continues, I did that for a couple years and found it was well worth buying the started 6-inch plants already thriving and spare yourself the trouble.
No. You don't get that. You don't get to do that.
I'm firing up mine again this year since there should be a slight amount of time to spare with our life burdens done with diapers and finally starting to pull their own weight. I attached images in my last round of produced produce, and it's impressive. And my little buddy helping out. The big boxes are 5 by 10 and more than enough food for a family of 7 daily once it's rolling along. Huh? Doesn't this sound great? Can't wait. I love making my own food and being self-sustaining. I also can, in a jar, the extras to have goodies until the next year. Can't wait to hear TG's tiny girl, her reaction to the newfound hobby. Most kids below 8 think it's fun, and then they realize it's actually work, and at some point lose interest.
Yep.
See you guys at Massac.
Yeah, it's like getting a puppy.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, shit. It shits every day.
Yeah, look at all that. It's just in a 5 by 10. That's a lot of produce he's produced.
Yeah. I don't know. Dude, don't be one of those fucking guys that ends up with a basement wall lined with mason jars of fucking tomatoes. Don't be that guy
Mike,
over tomatoes.
I'll bring some in for you. I'll bring you a zucchini.
Dude, that's what you're going to end up doing, because that's what happens. You always know the green thumb at work because he shows up every season with like a mountain of zucchinis and tomatoes and just puts them on the counter. Oh, help yourself. Fresh from my garden. Nah, thanks, pal. No, thanks.
Smasher writes in, Timberlake and the halftime show. They should have Janet jiggle around and end up ripping Timberlake's top off. A big old fuck you to everybody watching. A double middle finger to the FCC. Equality, right? Actually, I don't give a shit. Good day. I said good day.
It would only work if she pulled it like his zipper off and his dong flopped out. Because man titty is not, it's just not that offensive. I know it's equal, her tits, his tits, but if she pulled his crotch and his dick fell out.
But he'd have to be wearing some of the, like those elephant underwear, you know?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Dick in a trunk.
Yeah, there you go.
Save the rest for tomorrow, Mike.
What if she did it and it was his dick in a box and it was a callback, dude?
Wow.
Huge callback.
That's like calling back twice.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Great.
That'd be badass.
It would. I would like that. And then they end, it's dick in a box. Pa, jazz hands.
And
streamers,
fade out.
smoke.
That was Janet Jackson, ladies and gentlemen, and Justin Timberlake.
I bet he does a bunch of Prince tributes because they're going to be in Minneapolis.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I
probably.
ran into the attorney who's the executor for Prince's estate the other day.
Get out of here. Did you talk to him?
Talk to her.
Her? Oh,
Why'd you assume that was a
sorry.
man?
I don't know.
You just assumed.
You
That
said
was
lawyer.
weird.
I just assumed.
Yeah, she couldn't tell me much, obviously.
Why?
But, dude, I don't know.
Dude, did you tell her you have a talk show and this would be fascinating shit for your audience?
She immediately clammed up. No, but yeah, it sounds like she's got like daily. This is her whole job is focused on this estate.
Yeah.
Right? Like 24/7.
Hundreds of millions of dollars, yeah.
She's been in the vault.
She's been in the vault?
She's been in the vault.
The vault?
We got to go,
vault?
Mike. Yeah. We'll
Did
save
you
the rest
ask
for
her if
tomorrow.
we could go to Prince's place?
Of course I did.
What did she say?
No.
I just want to be in the elevator, dude. Just once in the elevator.
There's actually a museum there.
Yeah. I think there's a stage there. He does concerts till 4 in the morning. He did. I want to know more about this. This seems like something that would have been brought up on the show.
I will tell you a little bit more.
Excellent. All right, everybody. Yeah, we got to get out of here. We got an interview to get to. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget hashtag TDC1000. Do it today. We'll draw someone tomorrow. And then we'll do a show as well. See you then.